Live now look there at the White House. Well, President Biden, he was in Texas just yesterday, visiting the southern border, seeing the crisis firsthand. At the very top of his remarks yesterday, you might remember if you were watching, he acknowledged the massive wildfire that is burning in the Texas Panhandle that has now become the state's largest in history. Well, it is still burning. More than 1 million acres have been scorched, but crews are beginning to make progress. At least that is what they have told us. Let's go out now to Dallas, Texas. Our friend at Fox 4 there, Stephen Dahl, reporting on this massive blaze with some details about how these containment efforts are going. He joins me. Stephen, good to see you here. You've been following this story, this fire, very closely. Has it shrunk in size at all here?
It has been contained, but really by little numbers, about 15% containment. The governor telling us in an update today in a press conference there at the Panhandle of Texas. But things are still not out of the woods. Officials are now concerned about weather conditions this weekend, with wind gusts being a factor which could possibly make the fire spread even quicker. As Governor Abbott confirmed today, about 500 structures have already been damaged.
Everybody needs to understand that we face enormous potential fire dangers as we head into this weekend.
Friday, Governor Greg Abbott and emergency management officials gave an update on the wildfire in the Texas Panhandle. At least 2 people have died. 83-year-old Joyce Blankenship was found inside her home. Cindy Owens was killed when she tried to drive her truck through the fire.
This is the most devastating wildfire by acreage in our state's history. But for those local first responders, it would have been bigger and it would have been worse.
Multiple first responders were also injured as they fought back the flames. The fire in Hutchinson County has burned more than 1 million acres in Texas and Oklahoma, making it the largest in Texas history. Friday, crews made more progress, racing against the clock to temper down the flames as gusty winds are expected to return this weekend.
There are about 400 to 500 structures that have been destroyed. There's no way to say for certainty that's going to be the final number.
The governor said the fire could have been worse, but its impact has left multiple people without a home.
Had it not been for fearless firefighters who put their lives on the line, some of whom were injured in the line of duty, working tirelessly to respond and beat back these damaging flames.
The situation is far from over. Abbott credited local emergency management plans for helping be prepared. He did say there will be things to learn from this fire for future responses. But the concern now is on preserving human life and structures.
A lot of the people who have lost a home had no insurance. And so there are a lot of people in great need right now.
Now, let me be clear, the sirens you hear, we are in Dallas. We are not at the Panhandle, so that's not firefighters responding to that. Governor Abbott is now in the process of getting a federal emergency declaration. He already issued a state declaration, but more money, more funds and resources come into play when the president approves a federal declaration. So that's what the governor is in the process of doing, and that really comes down to money. How many structures and things have been damaged? There's a certain number that has to be reached for the federal government to step in and declare federal disaster.
You know, Stephen, just a couple of questions, because Texas is such a, massive state land-wise, but so is this fire. More than 1 million acres burned. Is there any indication yet of what might have caused it? I know it's still early and the containment efforts are underway here, but are people, asking themselves, even there in Dallas, like, how did this get started?
Right. And anytime there's a wildfire, I mean, it could be in California or anywhere, you always ask, how did this get started? And we don't know a cause yet. And, you know, in some past wildfires, not just in Texas, but in general, some often are man-caused from maybe a spark from a crew working on doing some construction, or if someone was doing a controlled burn that got out of hand. And so with it being the largest in state history now, I know that emergency officials are working to at least give the media some type of indication, because people are concerned, of course, right? Now, we've already had 2 deaths. People have lost their homes. And so there's a big difference on if this was sparked from, let's say, a lightning bolt or something, compared to if this was human error due to negligence on some part. So that question has not been answered yet.
All right, Fox 4's Stephen Dial there live for us in Dallas. Stephen, thanks for bringing us this report. Have a good weekend.